fucking help Esau out, man. He was trying to be one of those mediator kind of guys. They don't try to be the mediator in the time of martial law, man. If a 2/3 nigga is about to get handed his judgment, hey, don't jump in front of the fucking bullet for him, man. Hey, that's the Most High's judgment upon him, man. And don't be trying to help no Edomites either. Because then you'll find yourself judged. Because they're going to put your ass to death. You know? Don't be trying to, man, this time that's about to come is about to be a crucial time, man.
I know you spent a post on.
Let a nigga get his judgment. Hey, because we spent so much time warning them. Now when the things actually transpiring, niggas should have listened. You warned them all the while that the sword was coming, that a famine was coming, that an economic collapse was coming, that martial law was coming, that the mark of the beast was coming. And the niggas still didn't want to believe you. So, well, when a nigga's about to get handed his judgment, let that nigga get put to death, man. And the scriptures say, he that is ignorant, let him be ignorant still, Or he that is unjust, Salakia says, if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. And then the Revelation says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. And a bunch of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are filthy, man.
That's right.
And you need to be cleansed, man. And the scripture says that surely this iniquity will not be purged from you unless you die. What does the word purge mean? It means to purify something. So you ain't gonna be purified until you get your clock clean, man. Your clock swept.
Have a lot.
Who got some?
Hanan has a lot.
I got some.
No. Or you got some?
I can hold it.
Okay, no.
Okay, 2nd Ezra 15:7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness they profanely commit, neither will I suffer those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
And the souls of the just that complain continually, that's talking about us. The innocent is talking about us, Lord willing, we be a part of the elect. Because we're looked at as being innocent in the eyes of the Most High. And don't give me that bullshit about how we're all sinners, When it comes down to the elect, their iniquities are not imputed unto them. Look up that word imputed. The Lord doesn't lay our iniquities or our sins to our charges. Lord willing, to our charge. Lord willing, we be a part of the elect. So we're innocent in the eyes of the Most High, Heavenly Father. And, through His Son, Yahweh Shai. Because we solemnly, with all our heart, mind, body, and soul, believe upon Him and have faith in Him. So we're Lord willing, if we're part of the elect, we're looked at as the innocent. And we're the ones that are complaining continually. We're the ones that are sighing and crying because of the abominations that are done in the midst of this place. And hell yes, an abominable thing when the devil can kill you and get off scot-free and get acquitted. A person that's a murderer is supposed to be put to death, man.
That's right.
And then here it is, you got a bunch of cops that are murdering Jake, and guess what? The other people that are on the task force, knowing that this devil is wrong, they consent with them. And how do you consent with them? Even though they a lot of these people they kick off the force, they kick off the force, but you didn't put him in jail, you didn't lock him up. He's a murderer, he murdered somebody in cold blood, but you allowed him to go scot-free, man. So you consented with him. But let the shoes be on the other foot, man. There's no justice here in this place. There's injustice. It's an abomination for faggots and homosexuals and lesbians to be running around in this place. It's an abomination for adulterers, for witches, for sorcerers. But everything that's wicked, in the eyes of the Lord, man, you're allowed to go on in your society. You know, hell yeah, we're crying and we're sighing. You know, the innocent and righteous blood is crying out. Just how Lot was crying out in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Hell yeah, we're crying out because we hate the things that are done here in this place. We hate the injustice that is being done unto the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Robbing us of our wages, stealing our money out of our paycheck before we even got it. You know, and then paying us with FRNs. A while ago, you know, in ancient times, you used to be able to buy land and that land was yours. You didn't have to pay taxes on it. You could raise whatever kind of crops. You forced us to live in your society and to abide by your ways. And the ones that don't want to abide by your ways, you put them to death, man. That's the reason why it says in Revelation, it says that you know, whoever will not bow down into the image of the beast shall surely be put to death. You know, you really want to kill us for protesting the man of the Lord, man, for speaking out against you. So yeah, the blood of the righteous is crying, man.
That's the same thing that was going on in the ancient world. That's the main reason the flood came, because it said that the world was corrupt before the eyes of Yahweh. When we look up the word corrupt, it means unjust, cruelty, oppression. That's the same thing that's happening now. It's what's going on to the Lord's chosen people. Cruelty, oppression, unjust. And one of the synonyms to the word oppression was to keep down. This devil wants to just keep us down. He don't want us to know who we are. He don't want us to know who our power is. He wants to just keep us down and to be docile and foolish, man, and to not know who we are. That's oppression, man. Someone who pushes a false ideology, well, not even that, a false culture upon you and tell them that you're not who you really are. That's a whole new type of definition for oppression, man. When someone tells you, "No, you're not no Israelite. You black." That's oppression, man. Someone telling that you're not who you are.
Yeah, because if you, the scripture talks about how once we come back to the knowledge of who we are, you know how the Most High will begin to work for us and to deliver us. You know, it says in Revelation the 7th chapter, hold back the four corners, hold back the four winds, you know, until all of the elect are sealed in their forehead. Now, if you want us to continue being Negroes and trying to force that down our throats, then that's oppressing us, because you're trying to keep us in the society under your rulership.
I got something real quick of what you're saying already. Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
The scripture says that they can't even go to sleep unless they cause some kind of wickedness, man.
Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
It said to oppress a man in his own house and in his heritage. This land belongs to the Native Americans and the Latinos, and you oppress him in his own house.
Right.
This is his own house, and you tell him, "Nah, this ain't your house. This is my house."
Oh, you calling him an immigrant?
Yeah, you calling him
illegal,
an alien, a stranger to his own. That's some boy.
And then take him and throw him in jail.
This is America, love it or leave it. That's one of their favorite quotes. They too.
Yeah, like that devil who was doing that video. You come with your gun, and you bring your nappy headed ass down here. You got your reparations. What reparations, man?
And your 9mm,
Hold the
shooting
side,
from the side. Yeah. He said, "I'm gonna take my steady aim and I'm gonna blow your head off."
All right, that's Esau. He talking about Jay got their reparations, man.
Yeah, for food stamps.
The food stamps and government.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's not reparations, man. Esau, that's not reparations. The scriptures say they that shed the blood, their blood must be shed upon the land. That would be reparations for you to shed your blood upon this land.
And then not only that, the scripture says that we shall suck the breast, you know, of
be healed by their own blood.
You know, we shall suck the breast of the Gentiles, so to speak, you know. And that represents us getting all of your wealth and your goods, you know. We're going to receive our reparations, all right? We're gonna receive it in blood, and we're going to receive it in riches, man.
Precept.
I got one as well.
Yeah, I know. It don't matter. Somebody go. I
got
know the whole
a
time.
quick one. Ezra's 15 and second Ezra's 15. Second Ezra's 15 and 6. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and hurtful works are fulfilled. And another one dealing with what was just last said: the thief cometh not, but for to steal. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and kill and destroy. And Yahweh shall say, "I'll come that they might have life, and they might have it more abundantly." But the first part of it is everything that this damn land, that the white man had from this land, they stole.
Killed for it.
Throughout the world.
Yeah.
God. Hey, this is Isaiah 59 and 14. It says, "And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the streets, and equity cannot enter." You know, there's no truth, there's no judgment, there's no justice here, there's no equity. Which equity is an equal balance. You know, the Lord told us to do everything in just balance. Well, Esau, what is that symbol? That little law symbol? Yeah, the little balance, but one side is lifted up higher than the other side, man.
That's not even.
You know, that's not an even balance, man. So their justice system is tilted in their favor, you know, and in the favor of in the favor of you know, Jake, the Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans is not tilted in their favor, man. You know, so there's no justice in this place, and they like to pride themselves on their justice. Yeah, and not to sound cliche and how corny this is, but you know how Jake used you know, Jake play on words. They say justice means just us, you know, but that's really how it is. This is verse 15. It says, "Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment." You know, so the Lord is displeased that there's no judgment in this place. You know, that there's wickedness happening in the great amount that it's happening. You know, to the point the Lord is ready to destroy this place off the face of the earth. It says in Revelation the 15th chapter, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven." You know, your sins have reached into the heaven, and it's making the Most High sick. So the Most High is getting ready to destroy your ass by fire.
That's right.
Don't you have something on?
Yes, I do. Ezekiel chapter 25, verses 12. This shall thus, Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had diligently dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hated greatly, hath greatly offended the revenge himself upon them. You know, meaning of, you know, Esau, you think you got it good now and everything, but according to the scriptures, when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua gets here, you know, your days are numbered forever.
Can I grab a quick precept to follow that? Because he revenged himself upon us, and because, you know, there was no action taken against him after doing such, you know, there wasn't a great uprising, you know, the other nations didn't come up and check him and say, "Well, why'd you do that to those people?" All of these nations around the world know the injustice that was done to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Well, who the fuck stepped up to fight for us? You know, you had that civil war situation that popped off in America following that, but it wasn't to free Jake.
That was to get more money.
It started with a transformation proclamation. That's what the word emancipate means. It means to transfer. It was the same thing that happened with the alcohol prohibition. You know, the government or America's, rulers wanted to make money off of it. You know, they were going around during the alcohol prohibition, killing people and trying to stop them from producing and selling alcohol because they couldn't get a cut. These American rulers are the biggest thugs and gangsters that are out there. You got Trump talking about, these thugs and criminals, and even the KKK. Well, shit, America is ran by the KKK. All of y'all are fucking white supremacists, man.
That's right.
And thugs and criminals. You're the biggest goddamn thugs that are out there. You know? So this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. You know? It's set in your hearts to do evil against the Israelites because you feel like that shit, you've been doing it this long and ain't nothing happened to you, you know? Well, why stop now? Well, why stop now? So you're like, okay, well, shit. Hey, can somebody get warned to them who decree, not decree unrighteous decrees, but devices? Let me see. I think it's in Job. It talks about how they would not be able to devise new devices, or you can grab the one that's a secret. They meet up in darkness. I think that's in verse 5. But basically, you've plotting and you're devising devices against the Israelites, and you feel like you can accomplish them because ain't nothing been done to you thus far. But you have a rude awakening. Because when you come to put your hands upon us, the Lord is going to allow you to kill 66.6% of Israel. He's going to allow you to kill 2/3 of the nation of Israel. But when it comes down to his chosen, you ain't going to be able to harm them. You ain't going to be able to, destroy them. You ain't going to be able to take them up and destroy them in a time of martial law, man. Yeah, you might take them into prison, you might beat them, but the Lord is going to come and he's going to revenge them, man. He's going to free them. You know, you feel as if you're this great war power. You know, your sword is, your blessing is the sword. But you can't do nothing against our helper. You can't do nothing against our redeemer. You can't do nothing against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
That's right.
I got what you asked.
Right.
God, go ahead and
I'm going to get this verse. I know. Job 5:14. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in noonday, as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from the mouth of from their mouth.
God, because
hand of the mighty.
Because they got plans like Project Megiddo, Rex 84, the King, which is the King Alpha plan. They have agendas on the books to come up against the children of Israel, and they set up in the daytime in dark places, because that's where they like to have their councils or their briefings. And they came up with different agendas on how to combat the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, how to take them down. They've been planning on performing the time of Jacob's trouble for a long time, but they're just waiting for that right time to perform it. But what did the scripture say? The Lord said that
But he saves the poor from the sword, from their mouth.
From the sword and from their mouth. Because they're speaking and devising things against Jake. They're devising evil things against Jake right now as we sit here and make this video. They're meditating and contemplating on the right time to perform their desire. Because their desire is to completely eliminate all Jake. They don't want Jake to have anything to do with their New World Order. Because as long as there's an Israelite around, they know, these elites know about the Bible. They know that we're promised the inheritance of the whole world, of galaxies, of worlds. So as long as we're around, we threaten their new world order. Especially the ones that are in the know, especially these prophets that you see right here.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Obadiah 1:10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day of the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even though thou was one of them, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day they became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of their distress.
Esau, you shouldn't have been doing all this, man. When we is in a fucked up, which we're still in a fucked up situation, you boasted over us. You're like, yeah, they finally fell, man. Good. They was clapping, sing for us, pray for us. It's a big, that shit pissed me off. But they rejoiced over us, man. No one cared, man. Ezekiel says, who shall pity thee? No one cared for us, man. We're just broken and destroyed, and everyone just looked upon us and rejoiced over us.
Yeah, all of these other nations.
I'm going to get this real quick as it goes. So Jesus said, this Job 30 and 8. This is more than that. Job 30 and 8. The children of fools, yea, children of base men, they were viler than the earth. This is speaking about Esau. And now I am their song, yea, I am their byword. And they abhor me, they flee from far from me, and spare not to spit in my face, because he have loosed my pride and afflicted me. They have also loosed the bond. What's the second? Bird before me. Upon my right hand rise the youth. They push away my feet, and they rise up against me.
Right.
Oh, right. They rise up against me the ways of their destruction. So that's Esau, man. Oh shit, I'll keep going. They mar my paths. They set forward. They set forward my calamities. They were
prepping,
planning
them calamities.
Yep. They have no helper. So Esau he set us up, man. Well, when we were in calamity, when we were in distress, Esau kept forwarding, man. He ain't trying to help us. He ain't trying to, oh, y'all the Israelites, oh, the most Yahweh Shemi outside your power. He gonna save y'all. No, it's like, get down, nigga. We gonna blast you. You better work, or you gonna get whipped. Or we gonna rape you. That's what Esau. That's what Esau. Over there out in Benjamin, Esau was shitting in Jake's mouth and then zipping their mouth up for 6 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Esau did cruel things unto us, man. And he thinks that he's not gonna be punished. All you devils are gonna be punished, man. Like that little boy, I looked him in the eyes, man. He knew that I was thinking about whooping his ass, man. He knew that I was thinking about whooping his motherfucking ass, man. I looked at his eyes, I seen terror in his face, man. You devils are about to pay what y'all been doing to us for centuries, man. Since the time of the Greeks, even up to now. Y'all can get paid back for what y'all been doing to us, man.
For the sins of his youth.
Yep. 70 AD, us being tortured by y'all, the brothers and Maccabees, for not letting us keep our laws, for having our people act like niggas and Gentiles. Y'all gonna pay for everything that has happened to the nation of Israel, man. Because you motherfuckers are the main ones who stripped us of our heritage. No, these other nations didn't tell us that we weren't the Israelites anymore. Y'all did that, you devils. That's why y'all gonna get messed up the most out of all these other nations. You keep reading. That's a lot.
Obadiah 1:13. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity, Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their
You
calamity.
should have had no parts in it, man. You should have left it alone. So, damn, look, I ain't gonna touch them. I'm just leaving. You shouldn't have fucked with us, man. And now you devil's trying to say, but Jacob and Esau are brothers. Ain't no brother ain't about to do that.
Well, shit, wasn't no brotherly love when you fucking brought us on slave ships
That's what
over here.
scripture says.
You know,
I think it says that.
there wasn't no brotherly love, man. When you fucking strung our people up by their necks, when you put yokes of iron upon their necks and upon their hands and their ankles, when you raped our women, man, when you fucking castrated our men, when you fucking raped our men, when you used our children as alligator bait, when you tortured men, you know that wasn't love. When you whipped the fucking meat off of our backs, that wasn't no love in that, man. Hey, the scripture says that you slanderous your own mother's son, man. Yeah, that's true. You are a brother. You know. But well, you were our brother, man. You know. But now it's time for you to receive your judgment, man. And because the scripture says that in Lamentations 4:21, that you're gonna drink, that the cup is gonna pass over to you. So every single thing that you put us through, you're about to go through. You know, you made us to drink of that cup, and it says in I want to say it's Jeremiah 49 or Jeremiah, yeah, that we wasn't supposed to drink of it. But yet, you know, we went through it, and you enjoyed putting us through it, and now we're gonna enjoy putting you through double.
Keep going. Now we get to Jeremiah after that. Shut up.
Nor had laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
And you took everything from us. Because the scripture said, if grape gatherers came to thee by night, would they not have left, you know, some? But you took everything, man. Our whole substance. You took our identity, man. You took our fucking heritage. And then on top of that, you took our land. You took every single thing, man. Every single thing of substance that we had. You took it. You stole it. You're a thief. And then you want to patronize someone about theft. You want to patronize somebody about lying. You want to patronize somebody about killing. I think it's funny as fuck when American ambassadors get on TV and do a briefing and talk about how this country, you know, is shouldn't steal or shouldn't kill or etc. Whatever they say, man. You just look like a goddamn hypocrite, and not just before us, but before the whole wide world, man. You think people forgot about the shit that you've done to them? You think Japan forget? And you think Japan's gonna be an ally with you against China and Russia? No, they gonna fucking nuke your ass too, man.
Fuck Esau. All these other nations. Fuck you.
14. Neither should thou have stood in the crossways to cut off those of his that did escape.
And not only did you stand in the crossways, but you said unto the other nations, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And when you look up that word raise, R-A-Z-E, that means to destroy it down to the ground, to where there's no brick standing. So guess what? The Most High, like the Most High said in Ezekiel 35 chapter, he's going to use your evil against you. So the things that you wanted to happen to us, the Most High is going to do unto you. He's going to level America. America is about to get leveled. There's going to be so many nukes that hit this place, you ain't going to be able to identify America as it was. You know? It's going to be like when sand, when water is poured on a sandcastle. You can't tell the form of the object that was there before, that was built out of sand. It ain't gonna be water that flooded this place. It's gonna be fire, man.
I got the word raise, R-A-Z-E. It says 1540s alteration of racing, pull or knock down a building or town from early raise the to scatter, slash, scrape, erase.
And this is what they wanted to happen to our people. They wanted Israel to be erased out of history, man. The devil hate us, man. Hey, the Most High gave you stipulations in the book of Ezekiel. He said that if you can measure the heavens, or if you can measure the sea, you know, or if you can measure the sand of the sea, or if you can measure the stars, then he would cut Israel off from being a nation. Yeah, you think this devil is going out there because he's trying to do interplanetary travel? Because he really want to go and inhabit Mars? This devil know he can never make it to fucking Mars, man. You got the Van Allen radiation belt, you know, the radiation from the sun that's encompassing the planet.
Okay.
So hell, if you even try to, you know, go beyond that, you'll fry up in that. But he's sending his robots out there to try to measure the heavens, you know, for the sole purpose of Israel being cut off from being a nation. And this devil tries to play on you people in this world as if he's so intelligent, and as if he's spending billions of dollars on scientific instruments so that he can further his knowledge or further his scientific evidence. You know, but it'll fucking piss you off when you find out that this devil's been spending $1 trillion on space programs and on certain things in the world just so that he can try to prove the Most High wrong, just so that he can, you know, stop a nation from being a nation so that they can be cut off. That would piss you the fuck off, man. If I was another nation and I found out that was the whole reason that you weren't doing it, because you really wanted to find out, you know, what stardust looked like up close, did you spend trillions of dollars on that just so that you can cut off a nation from being a nation? You're going through all of this. You're going through all of this trouble just so that you can destroy Israel, man.
Psalms 83.
Wasting all of this time and energy. And you ain't going to be able to do it. But you're going through all of that. You're searching out everything. And because the scriptures, doesn't the scriptures mention that he searched out all things? You know? He's searching, if anybody can find it, can bring it out. But he's searching out all things just so that he can try to destroy Israel. Which ain't going to be able to happen, man. The Most High is constantly expanding the heavens. You can't cut Israel off from being a nation.
You said I'm on there.
Okay.
What are you in Obadiah?
Obadiah, halfway through the 14th chapter. Then I'm about to go upon the
14th
judgment.
verse.
14th verse, kind. And then I'm going to go on the judgment, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the nations.
You got it there? You got it.
Okay,
I
kind.
got so many down.
Neither should thou have delivered up those